I mean, the biggest thing probably that I've learned this year is that it's really great being able to do life with other people, especially like when you get that taken away for a while.
That you can't expect anything. It's just being adaptive and kind of think outside the box, not be stuck on anything. The first year, obviously, being open in any case, you're making modifications, changing menu and changing hours of operation. But then you throw restrictions on top of it and safety protocols that we're all trying to follow. It becomes very, very tricky and challenging. Yeah.
I think just being able to make people's day and like say, how are you? And ask them how they're doing and see what's going on in their lives. I think that's one of the things that like I really learned is like, even though you don't know everybody, everybody's going through something and you can be there for them, even if they're complete strangers.
I think just like the personal growth and like pushing through hardships. Because morning shift, you wake up, for me, 4:30 every morning. And like sometimes that can be pretty tough, but just to be persistent and like learn how to like push through and be persistent and that kind of thing, I really loved being able to help bring the company to where it is, because it's been a journey and it's been a fun one, but it's a good one.
I would say that there's a lot of challenges in life, but if you work towards it, you can overcome it. Like, we opened in the middle of a pandemic and we have been so successful. I mean, there's always going to be a challenge, and you can always succeed if you keep working and pushing through it and just making an impact.
I'm pretty old, so I've learned a lot about myself over many years. But Stories is a unique thing where we have coffee in the morning and it transitions to the evening with alcohol and live music. This is just something new. And so I think I've learned about myself is I can mold and shape and be whatever we need to be to make this baby grow, I think that's the biggest thing for me.
I've learned a lot. I've learned that you can handle a lot. So growing this business from the ground up and starting during a pandemic, and I also work in healthcare. I'm full-time at the hospital, and we have 3 kids. So just juggling all the things, I think, was something that I didn't know that we could even handle what a business brought into the picture. But it's been very rewarding and very cool to see it all come together. But you never know what you can do until you're put through it.
I didn't start coffee drinking until probably 19, something like that. And I started with there was a place called Gloria Jean's, and it was a white chocolate Oreo, so pretty much a shake with some caffeine.
No, I started with the very sugary drinks, but then I slowly got towards the spot where I want to taste the coffee now, and I don't want to just taste milk and vanilla. I want the coffee.
I usually get an iced Americano with stevia and almond milk. That's my go-to. A lot of the girls here are Americano people now because Chloe's shown us that route, but that's my favorite drink.
My family and I were all regulars at Starbucks by the time we were 3. So we've all been drinking coffee since we were tiny. My favorite drink is either a hot or an iced Americano.
I like an iced latte with honey and oat milk. That's probably my favorite. Oh man, I am just a straight Americano kind of girl. I like a little bit of hazelnut in it.
But our birthday cake is so good. It's so good. And then we're kicking one out in spring called the Bee's Knees, and it's so good too.
I like the coffee plain, and I used to not like the coffee plain, but as you grow to know coffee, I can tell when Dan switches up the beans now at home, so it's fun.
I'm expanding. Look at me, from black coffee to sweet coffee. So see, I told you, I'm growing this year.
We have a new drink that's the Bee's Knees. That one's good. That one's really good.
But mainly, what I drink a lot of times is just our drip coffee, our Costa Rican. It's pretty good.
Still drip coffee. Yeah, can't go wrong with drip coffee. We have a Costa Rican single origin coffee that it's always my go-to.
One memory that really sticks out that I don't know if many people know about.
One time on a snow day, there was like no one in here, and Jeff went in the back room and hooked up karaoke for us. So Cammie, Claire, and I were in the back just goofing off.
And we just like sang High School Musical and Mamma Mia, and we just had a great time. And then customers would come in and be like, hello!
And like customers were like looking at us, we were like singing to them, like waving at them. So that was really fun.
I think that's probably one of my favorite moments, just being able to say like I'm like really close friends with my coworkers. I love them so much, and like I get excited about coming to work just to see them.
Hi! Oh my gosh! We're his favorite, so we thought we would come in. Hi! We're the faves! Yeah, that's us.
There was a woman early, like 5:15, was it?
Yeah.
She was really sad, and she was sitting in the middle of the street trying to get hit by a car.
Yeah, like
And
sitting in the street.
we were really worried, and Jeff walked up and gave her his coat, came inside and took care of her and got her a cup of coffee to warm her up, and like stayed with her until the police came, and like didn't leave her side. And that's when I said, okay, he's good. He's a good guy.
We're gonna keep him now. He's a good guy.
Right when we started working together, we just had an instant connection. And every morning, I remember one morning in specific, we weren't open inside yet. So we had the drive-thru open, but not inside. And Chloe and I, it was the first sunrise we watched together. It was super slow, so we grabbed our coffees and we sat there and we started talking, and I just figured out so much about her, and she is just like me. So we have really, friendships are something I really value here. So it's been nice having those group of girls around me.
It's first day. We were the openers before Jeff came around, and she got here before me that morning. And she texted me and said, Chloe, there's a random man in the parking lot. What do I do? And my sister and I were on our way to work because she works here too. And I said, Cammie, stay in your car. We're on our way. We're pulling in. And my dad has taught all of us girls self-defense. So we were pulling up, and there was this random man we've never seen before in the parking lot, standing at Cammie's car, like waving at her. And she's just like,
They're
this.
ready to jump in.
So
mind you.
Lily looks
No,
at me,
I
my
held
sister.
my mask up. Like, hey, I
I
work
work
here too.
here,
I'm not a
don't-
dangerous person.
And we jump out of the car and we start like going, and he was like, I'm the new manager. And we were like, oh, hello, welcome to the team. But yeah, so on his first day, we almost jumped him.
So we have our inside regulars and we have our drive-thru regulars. And I can just, honestly, even by the sound of their cars, like I just know who they are. They know about my life, I know about theirs. It's something that I'm really thankful for. Like if I'm having a bad day and one of my regulars comes through, it's just to talk to them and have them talk to me about what's going on in their life. I get to talk to them, and it's rare to find like relationships like that this way.
So like people that stand out, there's a guy named John that comes in every morning and he whistles and he always gets a small coffee. But yeah, there's certain people that come in all the time. There's a guy named Joe that certain days he will drive different vehicles. He has lots of really fun cars. So if you take a look out the drive-thru window, you might see a yellow Ferrari in the parking lot.
Well, there's one that comes to the drive-thru all the time. Her name's Davina, and she brings her dog. Her name's Avonlea, and they just come through, and every day they go the exact same thing. And it's just so fun because like she's one of those people that like asks how you're doing and wants to know what's going on in your life, and then obviously I want to know what's going on in her life. And it's somebody that I obviously would never have met if I didn't work at Stories.
Like Ross is Italian, and like Bethany and I are Italian, so he's always like, hey fam, and we're like, hey buddy, what's up? And then he was actually sick for like a month and a half, and like we were genuinely so worried. We were like, okay, where's Ross? Like, what's going on here? And he came in, he was like, I'm okay, I missed you guys so much. He was like, I was thinking about you the whole time, I didn't know how to contact you. So it's like to really have that like family relationship with him is amazing. And
One of the girls, I remember she had an orange Jeep, so I always remember it was like stuck out. And I remembered her name was Abigail because I have a daughter named Abigail. And then when we opened inside, her father came in and said, my daughter told me to come because she enjoyed coming through the drive-thru so much. And so, and then her father here is here all the time now, like almost every day.
So I mean, I think it's a huge blessing. Like just to see like the amount of growth in the time that it was, like it's kind of a crazy idea to say, okay, the whole city shut down, and being able to not only survive like a lot of people are, but to have incredible growth, through everything. It's just been a huge blessing. And
It's good to see people connect here and just like come in and meet with each other and get to know each other. We have some regulars that started coming day one, actually, right when we opened inside, which is like May-ish. And so there's a group of guys, didn't know each other at all, and they came in and now they sit together every morning. So it's just good to see how much people can connect. And I think Stories has brought a lot of people together, and I love seeing that. So,
Like everything starts with like your umbrella, and that starts at the top, which is your owners and like who's in charge. And I think just the genuine side and like humble and like willingness of Dan and Brooke, and just how much they actually genuinely care, I think that like feeds through, and then into Jeff, and then to Bethany and Beth, and then like it's a contagious like genuine love. So then I think the customers get to see that, and then our quality of our coffee is just amazing. I get so geeky when I start talking about it because it's so good.
Like that, they've always been so like considerate about the surrounding community in Omaha, and it's not just about Stories, it's about Omaha and like the people that we're trying to reach, and just like creating a space here too for community to happen and connection to happen. I think that's really important, and I really like that about here. And the quality of our coffee. Our coffee is really good.
I think it's been very clear that the community has embraced it for a place that people want to come to and feel comfortable and welcomed. And I know that has a lot to do with our employees that are working here. When we walk in with our kids, they and the others as well rally around them, and it's a fun environment. Culturally, it's just very healthy and uplifting. When we thought of this place, we wanted employees that really resonated the mission and the vision of the business and who we wanted it to be, or what we wanted it to be. And really you look at them and how they treat each other and treat employees or staff and customers. It's just spot on with who we are as a business.
The particular people that have been with us from the beginning, they become family. I feel like you go through, from the ground up, starting a business together. You just get to know each other really well. You start jiving together. Your good days and your bad days, and your strengths and your weaknesses. And I think as you grow together, they become family. So it's more of a community here at Stories. It's more of having friends and friends that are family, and knowing how to pick each other up when you're down. And so it's just been great getting to know them on a personal level back. And I think the goal for us, for Dan and I, was just to unite coffee with people and just to bring community together. So that was important for us when we bought Stories, and I feel like we're finally living out our mission, which is super fun.